Welcome to Zamora Woodworking. Name's Nick. Today we're going to be building a stand for your screen. This is the version that I came up with. Very simple. It does the job. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles to it, but it's really nice. It's just at a slight little angle here. You have recesses to get to all the power buttons. It's flush. It's not going to get in the way here. Your cables route down underneath, so you don't really have to worry about that. You can always paint it. The primary part of this is built with 2x4 right here. Give you the dimensions here in a second. Then I just used some cabinet grade plywood. The plans for this, for the actual cutout, so I'll give you the scalar vector, and then also VCarve file will be in the description below. You guys can just have it for free, whatever. It's not a big deal. I mean, the whole thing, I took measurements when I was doing it all, and I mean, they're kind of boring. That part's not too much fun, but just showing you guys how to make it. The main part of this is all just 2x. We need a piece of 2x and glue them together to get up to 8 inches wide by 14 inches long. I'm going to make mine probably an extra 1.5 inches on either side, just so I can screw it down, hold it down, and then cut everything out, leave tabs, clean it up, and we'll get to it. I'm going to show you guys the cutting of that, putting it together, especially since some of you guys are newer to woodworking, haven't really had glue ups or anything like that. But this is an easier project to get done. I'd say it should be one of your first, so you don't knock your screen over. I mean, the little holder they got here is nice. I've seen other versions where they put it over here, this and that. I just think this is a lot cleaner. It's out of the way, and you can see it a little bit easier. So let's get to it. Also, if you guys could like and subscribe, it would help me out tremendously trying to grow the channel, and for small little channels like mine, it means the absolute world. I notice it, love it. Lets me know that what I'm doing is working, and it makes me want to make more videos, so please do. Costs you absolutely nothing. Button's right down there below, and let's get to it. Thanks. All right, so I found some 2x material. These are, I believe, 2x6s. Yeah, 2x6s. You can use 2x4s as well. The only thing that you need to do prior to this glue up, I'm going to cut this guy down so it's about the same size. As long as they're close, it's not that big of a problem. I just don't want to have all this hanging out. Also, look over your boards for any knots. So this one's got a knot right here. I'll probably just put that down. And this one over here, there's a big knot right there. I'll put that towards the outside because our total height is only 8 inches, so we'll just take the best. It's under 8 inches, but we'll just take the best 8 inches out of this board. And if I cut it right here, I'll still run very short of that. It's going to be hard to find them without any in there. I just try to not have big ones in there. If your boards aren't perfectly flat, you can plane them. I don't plane them until they're all done with the glue up because I'm not sure how they're all going to fit together. And I can just do it on the Onefinity super quick. Just plane one side just a little bit, flip it over, and then plane the other side real nicely because no one's ever going to see the bottom of this one. So I'm going to cut this guy here. And then the other thing I like to do is with these outside pieces, I don't care as much, but see this middle, how it has this little lip in there? Well, that's because they rounded over these edges. Gonna rip those edges off so we have a nice clean area to cut off of here. And after that, should be good to go. Glue it up and get to milling. Got our boards here. I just tried to shuffle them around and see which edges look the best. Again, this is just going to be a tablet holder. And also, if these edges don't look perfect, you're going to be planing this down. So as long as they come into really good contact, they'll look good in the end. So I've been moving them around, and then also making sure that the crappy parts are to the outside. I think that I like this way. So I wouldn't recommend doing it on top of your spoil board. I'm just doing that because this is the best lighting that I have here. I'm going to take this, and these are just normal clamps here. I think people use them a lot for cabinets. That's what I got them for originally. Put a bit of glue, wood glue, up top, and make sure you get it all over the entire surface area. It's pretty good for this side. I'm going to put a bit on this side as well. I'm not going to go crazy. A lot of people put a ton on there and make it squeeze out. I normally do that, but since I'm on top of this, I'm not going to. That guy down, match these up, Already see a little bit of glue right there. Get these to where they're snug. Make sure those are lined up. And this is lined up top and bottom. They're not like that or like that. Again, we're going to plane this after we make it. Usually use chalks across this. I don't know where mine are at right now, and I'm not too worried. I already have this. I'm just making this for you guys. And we're gonna mill it anyways, but I will put these guys right here, just on these edges to hold them. So before these get tightened down, I like to make sure that these edges here are just held, not anything crazy, just so they don't really try to move on me. Okay, those are just snug, and we'll tighten this guy down. Obviously make sure it's all pushed all the way down, pushed all the way down. I'm looking at the middle's pretty good. I mean, it's got a little bit of a ridge there, but we're gonna mill that down, flatten it. So no problem there. Now this guy, what I do like about these clamps is to get it out of the way. I can just set it up like this and let it set overnight. Show you in the next section how to mill it out. We'll set up a program to do it all. Next day, let's see how it turned out. There's that guy. There's that. All right. This is the side we're going to end up having face up. This will be the face down portion. You can see we got some squeeze out here. What I'm going to do is, to get this side nice and flat and planed, I'm going to put this on down here. See, it's got a little bit of a rock to it. I'm just going to put some hot glue around there and then go into Etch-a-Sketch mode and plane this on down, then flip it over, double-sided tape, get it held down, or screw it. I'm not sure which one. Probably actually screw that, because then it'll be nice and flat. In order to get this side plain and nice and clean, because if we try starting with the side I want up, you know, we got the glue there and it's not exactly flat. So we'll do this, set this on down, I'll get it set up. Okay, I got my blue tape here to kind of protect the spoil board. Just gonna put some dabs of hot glue under here. We're not gonna be putting a lot of force on this. Just gonna be barely skimming off the top just to flatten this board. All right, the rocking is out of this. It's not moving. Okay, got both sides planed. This side's a little bit low, but I'm not too worried about it. I didn't want to go much lower than I already did. So with the file, I'll have in the link below. You guys can just have for free. I don't really care that much. For the holder, you're going to need to update. So there's a couple that are through cuts, and you're going to need to take this measurement and update it to what your measurement is of your board. So make sure that you calculate correctly. I take all my measurements in this file. It'll show it as well from the spoil board. Or that's where I zero from, and it's done with a 1/4 inch end mill. I'm going to set up that file and get it running here in a second. And then also, whenever you set your X and Y zero, realize that those are set from the absolute dead center of your bit. So if I bring it on over, obviously I'm not going to do it with this bit. but say I was setting my X and Y 0, I got a lot of playroom here. How far this goes, I don't know. Right about there looks good enough for me. So I'll just set on here my X and Y 0. I'll just press on here. That's my 0. And then my Z, obviously I'm gonna have to get over from over here, put in my 1/4 inch bit and go to work. Got it all cut up and cleaned up. Now all we have left to do is put on the sides and the back and also cut a little angle into this, whatever angle you want this to be at. And then cut a piece of wood to go on there to clean up the sides. And then you got it. I just got this guy and I cut a 15-degree angle on it right here, like so. So when, I guess from your point of view, be like this, it would tilt up, well, tilt down 15 degrees like that. And we'll cut the side panels that go down there and then one on the bottom so you can screw it into the board that you made. And yeah, it's pretty much that easy. So let's get started on the side pieces. Okay, for these side panels, what I ended up doing is I took a picket, we all know we have them left over, and cut a 15-degree angle there that'll match up with this one here. And then once you get it right where it all lines up nice and flush, I just marked it with a pencil there and there. And then you need to leave this a bit long because you want some sort of a flange where you can send screws through to the table that you built. So I figured I would make mine, that looks about good there. So I'll connect this line here, this here. That'll leave that little slope there. Look real nice. I'll cut that out and I'll just duplicate it for the other side. Okay, I got the pieces here. This part has the 15-degree cut on it. I made 2 of these guys, and then this gonna go across the back. It's got the 15-degree as well. This piece right here is 1 3/4 tall, and then obviously it's 14 inches long, which is same as this. So get some glue.
sure the top's nice and flush. So here's the finished product. I still need to trim up the edges a little bit, run them over my router just to clean them up a little bit. But here's your screen, fits right in. And you got down here the through hole for your HDMI and then the through hole for your other two USB-Cs. They go on through here. And then you just use this area right here to screw it on. You just use these holes right here, screw it into your table. And I found that a 15-degree angle works pretty nice. Maybe, I guess a 20 wouldn't be bad either. But anywhere right around there. And remember, the file for this is down in the description below. It's for free. You can just have it. You can paint this, make it look a little nicer. But that's what I ended up using. And it worked great for me. If you learned anything from this video, like, subscribe, share, be really great. Really appreciate it. Thanks again. It's been Nick with Zamora Woodworking. See you in the next one.